Welcome to the RTPI Awards for Planning Excellence in the English Regions for 2021. Running for over 40 years, our awards provide an important opportunity to reflect, recognize, and reward the achievements of planning professionals, teams, organizations, and young planners at the local level where you are. It is through these awards that we can celebrate the very best, and in doing so, put planning in the spotlight for all to see. Through this achievement, we will continue to transform our communities, protect and enhance our environment, and help shape successful and resilient economies for future generations. As President, one of the most inspiring parts of my presidential year is going out to the nations and regions, meeting planners and teams in person, understanding how you have turned local challenges into opportunities for innovation, growth, and development through proactive communication and engagement with local communities. Today, in our regional awards ceremony, it is time to celebrate our joint effort to make our world a better place. Planners, we are at the forefront in tackling the environmental, social, and economic challenges of our times. Even during the pandemic, we have kept going, and now we are looking to the future to ensure a greener and healthier recovery. The wide range of excellent entries this year have kept our judges busy over the last few months. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the judges for volunteering their time, knowledge, and expertise. I would also like to thank all the sponsors whose support enabled these awards to take place and also help to widen the reach of showcasing best practice. I'm delighted to hear that across the nations and regions, we had over 110 entries this year, and from what I've been told, narrowing down the shortlist has been quite a challenge. If you are inspired by what you see and hear today, we would encourage you to enter into the 2022 RTPI Awards for Planning Excellence, opening early in the new year. Finally, to find out more about the finalists in your region and the winners of the awards, I now hand over to your regional chair. Best of luck, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Wade. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ian Gilbert and I'm chair of the North West region. It's a pleasure and an honour to be welcoming you virtually to the RTPI North West Awards for Planning Excellence. Whilst today we announce the winners of our annual awards, which will rightly be a time of celebration for the recipients, for me, these awards are about more than that. These awards are a perfect showcase for the exciting industry we work within and the exemplar projects that we help to deliver in our towns and cities, where we live and work. But most importantly, these awards are a chance to celebrate the phenomenal talent and the energy we have within our region dedicated to its growth and improvement. The RTPI North West region covers a large and diverse area, with internationally significant city regions in Manchester and Liverpool, to areas of incredible natural beauty in our national parks and AONBs. In between those assets, we have outstanding centres of culture, heritage and tourism in our cities, towns and villages. Our awards categories in the North West reflect this diversity and offer awards celebrating excellence in planning for economic growth, culture and heritage, as well as plan making, which most of you will know often involves careful balancing of those varying interests. As well as the incredibly worthy projects submitted for these awards, these year's awards have a special feel to them and a focus on the people in our industry that make the difference to our profession. The region and our industry has gone from strength to strength as the vaccine has rolled out across the UK and the world has opened up again. But this recovery has been driven by the hard work, resilience and enthusiasm of the people within it. It's therefore no surprise to me that this year sees a significant increase in the number of entries to our private and public sector Team of the Year awards, which celebrate the contribution that collaborative working and forward-thinking planners make to our lives. I'm also immensely proud for the RTPI to be awarding our Young Planner of the Year for 2021. I look forward to announcing the winner of my Chair's Award, for which individual contribution to our industry and the promotion of our planning profession and the well-being of those within it. I'll tell you more about that later. Before we launch into our awards, I'd like to say thank you to those who have entered this year and the judging panel who have scored those entries, both of which require an incredible amount of effort and time, which goes beyond our already busy day jobs. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Tetra Tech, for making the production of these awards possible. And it's with pleasure I'd like to introduce our colleague, Jan Lorenz from Tetra Tech, to say a few words, and then we'll hand over to our awards task group leader, Steve Thompson, to say a few words.
Thank you, Ian, and hello everybody. Tetra Tech and I personally are delighted that we are once again able to sponsor the RTPI North West Awards to recognize the hard work of professionals in our industry in the region. I think it's really important that we showcase what can be achieved and set the bar for others to follow. And therefore, I'd like to say a big thank you to all our entrants. And I know it's really hard to sometimes find the time to put the entries in. But the work we do don't just affect our own futures. It affects many, many communities and for generations to come. And we can and should make a real positive contribution. And that is why I love town planning so much. I really enjoyed reviewing the submissions with the rest of the judging panel and to see the dedication and particularly the team camaraderie in both the private sector and public sector planning team of the year categories. And also the importance of sticking to your planning values in preserving heritage assets in the heritage and culture category. I now hand over to Steve Thompson, who's back in the chair by popular demand. And just like to say good luck to everybody. And over to you, Steve.
Thanks, Jan. Hello, everyone. I'm Steve Thompson from the RTPI North West. I'm a retired town planner and I've been the task group leader for our Planning Excellence Awards this year. I'd like to start by just saying a little bit about our judging panel. Our panel includes planners from public and private sector backgrounds. We've had a few new judges this year, which have given us that mix of youth and experience that every good team needs. But all our judges are volunteers who give us their time and the benefit of their experience free of charge. So I'd like to say a big thank you to all the judges for helping us to sift through the applications and, importantly, to pick the winners. We've had a few new awards categories this year, which align us with the National RTPI Awards, and the judges were really pleased to see the range of entries that were submitted. In particular, it was good to see a greater number of entries in both the public and private sector planning teams categories. I think this highlights the strength of planning and the talent that we have within the North West region. Under normal circumstances, of course, we would have met you as applicants face to face and done site visits to look at your various projects. But due to the pandemic, we've needed to do things differently and conduct online interviews with the applicants. But I have to say this format has worked really well again, and all the judges were impressed with the way that the applicants were able to showcase their projects and demonstrate the pride in their teams online through their presentations and interviews. So a really big thank you to all the shortlisted entrants for adapting to this format so well. Finally, as always, the really difficult part for us as judges was choosing the winners amongst some very strong candidates. And in some cases, this really wasn't easy at all. So well done to all the winners. And thank you all for taking part in this year's awards. That's enough from me. I'll now hand you back to our regional chair, Ian.
Thank you, Jan and Steve, for those introductions. In our break from tradition here in the North West, we've again invited a compere to introduce our regional awards and announce our winners. I'm delighted to introduce Paul Tucker QC from King's Chambers. Paul is a long-time friend of the RTPI North West and an excellent barrister who many of you will have had the pleasure of working with. Since the start of lockdown, Paul has also hit the limelight in a niche but considerable role as online planning-themed topical news-based panel show internet celebrity. A status I'm sure you'll all agree is befitting his role as our host. Without further ado, welcome Paul.
Thank you, Ian. Well, my name is Paul Tucker. I'm a planning barrister from King's Chambers in Manchester, and I'm also head of King's Chambers, and I have been given the delightful pleasure of announcing some of the awards this evening. Obviously, by the time that you see this, you may very well know who's won the awards anyway. So apologies for that. So I'm here to perhaps remind you of who's won the awards this evening. Well, last year, my colleague Killian Garvey presented the awards. He did so in a black tie, properly attired, properly dressed, and did it all properly and took it very seriously. I'm afraid that's not something that I can do very well. And indeed, my youngest son managed to get drunk over the weekend, fell back onto me, and I've got a sprained wrist. So that's my moment of hilarity, which I'm happy to share with you. So the first award is the Excellence in Planning for Heritage and Culture category. And the award goes to an outstanding conservation-led scheme. And I am delighted to announce that the winner is the bus station, Whitehaven, which is submitted by Copeland Borough Council. The £6.5 million bus station development is said to be pivotal in Whitehaven's transformation, repurposing Whitehaven's historic Gateway Art Deco bus station into Cumbria's flagship digital and creative hub, comprising a managed workspace, artisan food and beverage offerings, as well as flexible workspace. The multi-use bus station reflects the post-COVID evolving world of office space. Just wonder whether this was actually sponsored by the Cumbria Tourist Board. If not, it should have been. Missed a trick there. The development brings city-style startup space to the coast of Cumbria with 24-hour access, digital and prototyping suites, and co-located businesses and support services. And altogether, they deliver a development that will be instrumental in meeting West Cumbria's biggest challenge, economic diversification for job security and job creation. The judges said they were particularly impressed by the commitment and determination of Copeland Council and its partners to retain the existing frontage, as well as to use this as the starting point for the design of the development. And although the building's not listed, it is within a conservation area, and the council and its partners recognise the cultural and historic importance of this feature to the local community as a local landmark and meeting point for different generations. The retention of this important feature was strongly supported by the local civic trust, and it's a good example of how local groups can play their part in the positive regeneration of their areas. The judges were also impressed by the adaptability of the project team when addressing the technical challenges during construction and the determination of the team to fulfil their original objectives and to provide a high quality development throughout. Had we been doing this sort of event properly, I would toast you with a glass of champagne. As it is, I've gone to the cupboard and I have grabbed a revolting thing of Cable Road cider, which I've not tasted yet, but I'll happily do so. But I'll toast Copeland Borough Council and the Whitehaven bus station. Oh, that's repulsive. Anyway, the second award is the Excellence in Plan Making category. And this award goes to submissions which demonstrate excellence in practice and excellent practice in plan making rather. And I'm happy to award that the winner is the Baltic Triangle, submitted by LDA Design. While working alongside Liverpool City Council in partnership with Baltic Creative and Baltic Triangle CICs, LDA Design have developed an ambitious and innovative strategic regeneration framework for the Baltic Triangle. The SRF defines both a strategic urban vision and planning framework for this important creative and digital quarter, home to some of Liverpool's most exciting businesses and venues. Recent pressure for residential growth in the area requires clear guidance, framed within a robust and landscape-led vision, and LDA Design worked closely with the community and local businesses to shape the SRF, creating a shared vision for a livable and prosperous future. And the judges felt this was an excellent plan, which was well connected to the site and to its context, which allowed to focus upon not only the area's heritage, but its emerging culture of digital enterprise. They particularly liked the way in which the plan was driven by bottom-up consultation with the community, particularly the local CICs, and aligned with their wider aspirations. And it was really interesting to see how the very strong grid of streets have been used as a catalyst for the public realm intervention, setting scope for how individual planning applications in due course would respond to the place's unique historic identity. And finally, the SRF is a document that's going to be used in a development management capacity to achieve better quality planning permission and to renegotiate existing ones, so as to really elevate this document and its relevance in plan making practice. So again, I'm slightly fearful, cheering, but no disrespect, but I'm very pleased. So cheers LDA Design for the SRF. It's feeling like a punishment. The judges also in this category wanted to commend and issue a commendation to St Cuthbert's Garden Village in Carlisle, supported by Carlisle City Council. This strategic design SPD amplifies policies in the Carlisle District Local Plan and is created for applicants and development management officers when developing and making decisions on development proposals in St Cuthbert's Garden Village. It particularly helps to interpret and articulate the Council's expectations for avoiding piecemeal development and encouraging innovative, high-quality, comprehensive, landscape-led, sustainable placemaking appropriate for a garden settlement. In line with the current and emerging national guidance, this SPD defines what is meant by beautiful development in the context of St Cuthbert's and has been developed through extensive engagement. Perhaps national guidance might learn a lesson if they're actually defining what beautiful development means in this context, because it's wholly undefined in national policy, so a lesson there to be learnt by government. The judges were very impressed with the overall vision and aspiration for this project and a commitment by the City Council to deliver something that would, when delivered, be truly transformational for not only the City of Carlisle, but also for the wider region and borderlands. The work was clearly the product of many years' extensive work that integrated the project at every level of planning policy, culminated with the excellent SPD that has been recently adopted. The work was well written, well researched, well supported by technical survey and community engagement, and the latter was praised for its innovative methods. And overall, it was a fantastic example of long-term, robust policy making. So congratulations to Carlisle City Council and for all of those involved in the St Cuthbert's Garden Village Strategic Design SPD. The third award for excellence in planning, I didn't cheer the last one. I'm going to take a deep breath and well done to Carlisle City Council. Oh, this is increasingly unpleasant. I know why I don't drink cider now. Must think more about what I get out of the cupboard these days. So the third award is Excellence in Planning for a Successful Economy. And this category recognises any project that promotes and supports a successful, prosperous economy. And the winner is, I'm delighted to say, once again, second time up this evening, the bus station at Whitehaven, submitted by Copeland Borough Council. The judges felt the project was an excellent example of partnership working, delivering positive benefits to the West Cumbria community, parts of which suffer from very high levels of deprivation. The development team have also worked to ensure the project provides wide-ranging benefits to the local supply chain, including sourcing local food for its restaurant. The bus station development is already acting as a catalyst to investment, with further developments being brought forward as part of the wider North Shore regeneration programme. The judges were also impressed with the passion and pride of the whole development team and the determination of Copeland Council and its partners to deliver a scheme that met the needs and aspirations of the local community. One of my favourite days with my children when they were younger was a day out in Whitehaven, and I have a fantastic photograph of all of us sitting having a great ice cream. So no doubt I'll have to pay a visit, A, to test the ice cream, but B, to visit the bus station in due course.
Tetra Tech Planning is a large consultancy providing planning services across all 4 nations in the UK. We have sector expertise and experience in areas such as residential, retail and education, but also some more specialist areas of planning such as sports planning and energy infrastructure.
While spread across the UK, our team is a close-knit family. When our clients choose to work with one of our planners, they actually get access to the combined expertise of all of us as we share our knowledge and experiences to deliver the best planning service possible. We're always on the lookout for like-minded people to join our team.
Tetra Tech Planning is also part of the global Tetra Tech group of companies, giving our clients access to a wide range of multidisciplinary services that complement our town planning work if needed.
The fourth award today, having now cheered the bus station for the second time, is the Royal Town Planning Institute North West Planning Team of the Year in the public sector. And this award goes to a team that's been able to demonstrate how they have been outstanding over the past 12 months. And this year, the winner is Halton Council. The judging panel was enthralled by the breadth of work covered by Halton's planning team. And what made the submission even more impressive is the amount of work being produced by this small local authority team. It's evident that the teams across different disciplines, including highway, support each other very well and form a tight-knit unit which takes pride in their work. Halton continued to progress their emerging local plan during the pandemic, as did other authorities as well in the Northwest, to which they deserve credit. Whereas other parts of the country, other planning authorities chose to opt out and put their plans on hold or delay them yet further. It's a pat on the back to both Halton and others that did that, and I include organisations such as Liverpool City Council in that as well. Halton successfully completed their virtual public hearing sessions earlier this year, which was the first for everybody involved in it. And the development management team maintains good performance numbers whilst being proactive in negotiating improvements to schemes rather than just refusing applications. As a practitioner, I mentally underline that 3 or 4 times. That really is what will make an outstanding authority, an outstanding team. Negotiating improvements to schemes to get consent rather than just refusing applications. Thumbs up to Halton for that. And the work of the team over many years now has had a significant positive impact on how the settlements in Halton are perceived, and they are worthy winners of this tightly contested awards category. Tightly contested because there is another commendation, and that's a further commendation in this category that goes to Rochdale Council. Well, the judges commented that through their submission and presentation, Rochdale's development management team has proven the art of the possible by the transformation in the delivery of their development management services. The judging panel understood very well the challenges that would have been involved in persuading senior officers to invest more money into the service under very difficult financial conditions, and to bring about a true cultural shift in such a large and established organisation as Rochdale Council. The data and client reviews speak volumes of what the planning teams achieved in a reasonably short period of time. The judges were particularly impressed by the manner in which staff were empowered to reinvent the way they work to improve efficiencies and are allowed to manage their own workloads. And the focus has shifted from the statutory timescales for dealing with applications to a much more customer-focused approach, whilst also generating much needed additional income to help sustain a new enhanced level of service delivery. Cheers to Halton and commendation to Rochdale. The fifth category is the Royal Town Planning Institute Planning Team of the Year in the private sector, and the winner this year is Nexus Planning. The judges were impressed by the whole team approach to the presentation, and it shone through that the team is a close-knit and supportive team. Nexus has a range of internal working groups covering sustainability, social value and diversity, to name but a few. It was refreshing to see that all members of the team, regardless of level, are actively involved in these to help set the direction of the business and to encourage continual development. The judges particularly enjoyed a snippet of, and it's entitled Nexus, a Year in Review series, which shows the team are engaging and passionate about what they do. The growth aspirations of the business were evident, with 2 additional professional planners due to start in the coming months in order to expand the team and respond to an increased workload. Nexus stood out to the judges as a consultancy which is professional, which works hard to achieve positive outcomes for their clients and proactively engages staff to help shape the Nexus of tomorrow, a worthy winner of this tightly contested category. Yet again, proven to be tightly contested because there's also a commendation, and that commendation goes to our friends at Avison Young. Well, the judges recognised in recent years that the team at Avison Young have embraced a move from an independent planning consultancy, How Planning, to being part of one of the world's largest global real estate companies, Avison Young. Despite being part of a much larger organisation, the team has been able to retain its own distinctive identity, as well as to develop a distinctive approach to team working whilst taking advantage of the broader skills within the larger organisation as a whole. It's clear that the larger organisation has gained from the positive team working culture of its planning team. The submission to the judges demonstrated real pride in the people who made up the team and the support on offer to develop team members right from the start of their planning careers and then as their careers developed to become leaders. The judges took note of the comments of a planning graduate who'd recently joined the team and the support which she was offered from the very start of her time with the firm. Team members are actively involved to think and work outside the box, and judges were impressed with the overall team support of individuals, allowing those individuals to develop and broaden their skills as planners. A culture of active collaboration and partnership was evident in the submission, as was a very strong commitment to social and economic value in local communities. Avis and Young are involved in some of the North West's biggest projects, and it's clear that excellent team working lies at the heart of their success over the last turbulent year. Well, I'm now delighted to hand over to the RTPI's Young Planner of the Year 2021, Ryan Walker, to announce this year's Young Planner of the Year.
I'm delighted to announce that the winner of RTPI North West Young Planner of the Year is Olivia Pemberton. The judges thoroughly enjoyed meeting Olivia and hearing about her career to date. In only 5 years, she has already achieved so much, with demonstrable experience in both the public and private sectors, alongside her long-standing commitment to volunteering with RTPI North West. The judges decided to award Olivia RTPI North West Young Planner of the Year, as she outlined how she would continue to be a great champion for other young planners in the region, and also use the opportunity as a platform to raise the profile of planners more generally. So once again, congratulations Olivia. I'll now hand over to Ian Gilbert, who will announce this year's North West Chairs Award. Thank you.
Thank you to Paul and to Ryan for presenting those awards. Congratulations to our award-winning teams, and a special congratulations to Olivia on her amazing achievement. Before we go into the overall winner of the awards, I'd like to introduce the winner of my Chairs Award. The RTPI Regional Chairs Award is an opportunity for the chair to highlight a project, a team, or a person that reflects the theme they've set out for their year. For my year as Regional Chair, my overarching aim was for us to find our feet again and re-energise our industry, whilst we adjust to new ways of working and to live with the coronavirus. The key to that recovery is always laid with the drive and enthusiasm of the people and personalities within our industry that make the difference to our profession and our lives within it. Never before has that difference been more acutely felt through all aspects of our lives or impacted on our well-being than in a year spent living through our laptops, in our spare rooms and our kitchen tables. It's with that in mind I wanted my Chairs Award to acknowledge those whose experiences and achievements have significantly influenced their workplace, industry and the wider profession, particularly in the face of a global pandemic. It therefore gives me great pleasure to present this award to Sam Stafford at Barrett Developments for his outstanding contribution to our industry and in promoting the planning profession. Sam has contributed to many of the events hosted by the RTPI through lockdown and brought with him an original insight and enthusiasm for planning which would be impossible to forge. Sam has continually brought planning issues to bear through his planning quizzes on Twitter and with his 50 Shades of Planning podcast, and done so in a light-hearted way which is both accessible to and enjoyed by a wider audience than planning professionals. That in itself is an incredible feat amongst the wider media in which planning often plays the villain. When Sam isn't putting the planning world to rights, he's also kept us entertained with his property FIFA tournament. Congratulations Sam, it's a truly well-deserved award. I'll now hand back to Paul to announce our overall winner.
I am delighted to announce the award for the overall winner of the RTPI North West Awards for Planning Excellence in 2021. And the winner is, this I think is the point at which I now pause for an inordinately long period of time in order to unnecessarily extend the sense of anticipation in the audience. So the overall winner of the RTPI North West Awards for Planning Excellence is the bus station at Whitehaven, for the third time of asking. Well, the judges felt that the Whitehaven bus station redevelopment is actually an exemplar project and has been plan-led, which has been completed to a high standard despite a number of challenges. It's clearly been designed to meet the needs of the local community and has been delivered through an effective and successful partnership. So congratulations to those involved at the bus station in Whitehaven. Congratulations to all of the winners. Thank you very much indeed for allowing me to present these awards. And I'm now happy to hand back to Ian for closing comments.
Thank you again, Paul. Huge congratulations to Copeland Borough Council for its outstanding entry into this year's awards, which has really stolen the show. That award brings an end to our ceremony, and I'd like to congratulate all of the winners, as well as thank all of those who entered for giving us the opportunity to share in your successes. Thank you all for the support you give us as regional representatives of the RTPI, and for the interesting job you give us year in, year out considering these awards. Thank you again to all of the judges for their time and consideration in determining the awards, and our sponsors Tetra Tech, and to Jan for his continual support with the RTPI. Lastly, a massive thank you to you, Paul, for being our host and compere for the event. If you're interested in being involved with the regional awards as an entry, a judge or a sponsor, or if you want to get involved with any of our regional activities, then we'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to contact Bev Watson at the RTPI North West, or visit our RTPI North West website to find out more, including details of all of today's winners. Thanks.